Okay, everyone, places. This is the final scene, so let's make this one count. And action.
Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of the Atari VCS 2600 repair video. As you can see, I've taken it apart again. The switch plate, the switchboard is here, and I've been looking at another video online, and apparently it could be the voltage regulator that's faulty. But what I wanted to do today, in this video, in part 2, you might get part 3, I'm not sure yet. Part 2, I wanted to have a look what's in here. So this is the cartridge slot, and this is the logic board with the power, the joysticks, and the power that goes to the switchboard. So what I've done is I've taken all the screws out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take the plate off, and then the board comes out of the metal container. So that's the shielding, I would imagine. If I can move closer without knocking the camera, let's have a look, shall we? Right, okay, I just want to go through all the circuits, all the solders, just to make sure there's nothing broken and there's no tracks and traces broken. But what I have noticed is already there's lots of dirt on this board. It's quite ganky, so yeah, well, let's turn it over and see. I mean, the power looks okay, and the solder looks fine. I know on Gadget UK's he had one of these pins was not soldered properly, and he resoldered everything, and it seemed to appear back to life. I've noticed that. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that there. There's a very dirty, I don't know, very disgusting coloured solder joint, so it could well be that. On the other side of the board though, looks pretty good. Again, dirty, as you can see. But it does seem to be quite good. The chips look okay. The chips look, oh, right. Okay, so on here, I'm not sure you can see that on camera. No, probably not. But now, let's have a look at this. Can we take this chip off? Can I zoom in and just get you to see it? It might not focus. Let's have a look. Focus. Yeah, so that there. Right. So very gingerly. Wow. That is really, really stiff. Got to be so careful with this. Wow. That was a proper pop out of its socket. Right, so we've got a better light. Can we get better light on the matter? Possibly. Okay, so look at that. Totally bent. That's disgraceful. Right, we'll have to get my tweezers and see whether I can bend it. Yeah, I might have to get the magnifier lens out on this because it's quite small. Magnifier lens. Hopefully you can see that. Oh, that's really bad. That is really, really bad. I have to be so careful with these because these chips are really hard to get hold of if I break them. Right, so I don't know if you can still see that in the magnifying glass maybe. I've managed to bend it slightly. And if I now get a pair, have I got some long nose pliers? Let me have a quick look. Let me see what I've got in, oh I have, there we go. Right, so, oh no, see, move the camera, apologies. Right, let's try again. Right, so can you see those in the magnifying glass? Long nose pliers. And very gingerly, I want to try and bend. Okay. It also looks like these have been resoldered. I don't think they have, but right. So, have I resurrected that? It looks to be much better than it was. So hopefully it will fit in the socket. Oh, actually, let's just check and make sure the socket itself is clear. Good point. What was it? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, that one there. There's a lot of crap on the end of my tweezers. I need to get some new ones. 1, 2, 3, that one there. So, seems free enough. What I might do, I might give it a whiz with some IPA and a toothbrush. Got my toothbrush. Got my IPA. Need to buy some more of that actually. Right, so a quick squidge of that. A quick rub in there. Because there's all horrible gunky yellow stuff on the motherboard. And I don't know whether that would cause a problem to short out. Just like dry solder. Horrible flux. So that's quite unusual. Why all those resistors are like that, yet that one there is really high up, like it's been replaced in the past maybe. I don't know. There's still some horrible yellow down there which we need to get rid of, which I'm doing now, like so. Right, let me have a look through my magnifying glass. All the pins are in, no pins are bent. All those other pins appear to be in as well. The pins inside there as well seem to be okay. So, I don't know whether that's fixed it or not, but what we'll do is we'll apply some power. I'll get the TV plugged in and we'll see whether that made any difference whatsoever.
A few moments later.
Right, so all connected up. I've got my centipede cartridge in. So we plug that in there and it's in the off position at the moment. Now I'm going to try and turn it on and then tune the TV to see whether or not it will find a signal. So I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to set the TV to scan and see what happens. So I don't know what's going on here, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to take you onto the TV in a minute so you can see what's going on. and I'm going to try and tune and see whether I've fixed it.
A few moments later.
Oh dear. Okay, right, so that didn't work. So it wouldn't tune in the telly, and it got no signal, and the voltage regulator here was getting very hot. Now, what I've got my, ow, that's getting warm, electronic desoldering tool. So what we can do, we can use that. It's plugged in, it's earthed, grounded. Oh, I've just noticed, look at that, cheap Chinese. The power cable's coming out of the socket there. I'm going to have to fix that. That's a bit dangerous. Yeah, okay, we'll sort that out soon. Okay, so when this gets up to temperature, I'm going to take off this. I've got a replacement one here, which I'm hoping is the same value. It should be, but I'm going to check that just to make sure. Let's see what we've got on this one. Take my glasses off so I can read it without burning myself on the desoldering tool. So that is, well, can you read that? I don't know whether you can or not. Probably not. Probably not. There. Can you see that? Okay. So I have got one of those. You probably can't see it. Can you read that? Looks to be the same. So I'm going to try that and see what happens. If it works, fine. If not, nothing lost, because this doesn't work anyway. So, what have I got? I've got here those three there. Need to be removed. And you see I've got that light. Right, let's see if I can put another light on. Can I put more light on the matter? Possibly, maybe not. It's not very directional light. Oh, but it'll do though. So, those three there. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit more so you can see. Yeah, there maybe. So those three there need to be taken off. This needs to be put back on and then bent down that way so it fits underneath. And I've got some heat paste as well to see whether that will work. Right, wish me luck. Right, so while my desoldering tool is cooling down, we'll take this off here. So, what we need to do, can you see that? Yes, there you can. So we take that off there like that. Keep that to one side, and hopefully, yeah, there you go. One voltage regulator. Bit horrible that. So we'll clean some of the gunk off. I have somewhere some cotton buds, some IPA. Need to buy some more of this actually, I'm running out. Okay. So nice and clean. And then that one goes in there like so. Does it actually go further in? Oh, it must do. Okay, I know what we need to do. We need to bend those there like that, so it matches. In fact, that one's really bent, so I'll bend them all like that. There we go. Okay. Oh, look, fantastic. Right, so get some of this goop. Put it on there like that. Now, there is no guarantee this is going to work, but from what I've seen online, this has actually worked for other people. Okay, so I'm not bothered about the goo behind it, all around it there, not worried at all. So, as you can see, we've now got, can you see that, the light down there? 3 pins sticking out, so I'll solder those, then I'll chop off the remainder, and we should be good to go. In fact, let me see if I can put on my proper LED light. Let's see. Full white brightness. Is that any better? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. Right, let's stand him up here. And see whether that helps any. Maybe not. Let me try and move the camera around a bit. Oh, there we go, that's better. We're soldering these 3. Going to get my soldering iron out now. Move all my stuff around. Put my soldering iron on the table there. Plug him in and get him up to heat. 320 degrees, I believe, should be correct. Got some flux paste. Okay. Got my rosin core solder. And hopefully, once this has come up to heat, we should be able to solder. Oh, and I've got my side cutters, so I can snip off the remaining bits when they're not needed. Let's see how we get on with this. Are you up to heat yet, Mr. You're up to heat, Mr. Soldering Iron. There we go. Okay. Right, okay, so managed to solder those. I've checked the joints, there's no cross wires, there's no cross tracks, I've not soldered 2 together. So what I'm going to do now is I'll snip that off, snip that off, and snip that one off. So we've got the 3 legs. One, two, and I don't know where the third one's gone. Well, okay, well it's snipped 3 legs off anyway. So, does that now mean that we've fixed this? I have no idea. Let's plug it in and see what we get. Fingers crossed I don't blow the house up.
A few moments later.
We're all plugged in. We're turned on in the up position. And the heat regulator, the voltage regulator, is not massively hot. Does that mean it's working? I honestly don't know. The chips are not hot. Huh. Okay. Well, I've got the TV tuning in now, so we'll see what happens. It's going to take a while because it's on analog and digital tuning. This telly's great, little Samsung TV, 23 inch. Got an analog tuner and a digital tuner. So hopefully it'll be right. Well, still nothing on the TV. Oh, actually, it's found one analog TV signal. Right, this might look good. Let me take the camera over to the telly and see what it finds. Right, wow, we'll look at that. Okay, so there's no audio, but there's actually a bit of a picture. Now, do I need to fine tune that maybe? Let's have a see. Menu, where's the menu? Tools, picture mode, what's that, standard? No, standard, that's fine. Menu. Is there no fine tuning on this? I thought there was fine tuning on this TV. Oh yes, there we go. Channel settings, fine tune. Oh, so there you go. There is. Oh, oh. Okay, so let's bring it across this way. So, that's more like it, but we still don't have any colour. Oh, I wonder if it's in black and white mode. So let's see what was black and white mode. So, colour is up. Oh, that was almost colour then. Huh. Well, there we go. Channel 36, that's correct. There we go. 591,000 kilohertz. And there we go. Colour. I'm not sure what this is here. I think possibly that could be just a faulty tuning system. Now, what have I got? Oh. Right. So I haven't got an Atari joystick, but I have got an old quick shot. So let's plug that in and see whether this actually works. We'll plug it into slot 1. Let's turn him off first. Plug him in there. Plug that in. Okay, it needs retuning again. Looks like it's slipped. Okay. There we go. Stick it into PAL. It couldn't tell what it was. There we go. So full colour. Yep, full colour. Right, just to prove it's not a fluke, I'm going to take out the centipede cartridge and I'm going to put in the missile command cartridge. And then we'll turn on. Oh, okay. I know you're not supposed to do that on Nintendo cartridges, but hopefully it'll work on an Atari cartridge. Oh, it does. Look at that. Amazing. Oh, now. Don't think that game is PAL. Is that an NTSC game? So we'll just check and make sure by putting centipede back in. Yeah, so you can see it's... Oh, this telly's not very good at tuning in. Let's set this up. PAL. There we go. There we go. So that is working. Full colour. The Atari 2600 lives. I can't believe that. I'm well impressed. So, what I did there was I replaced, as you saw, the voltage regulator because it was getting overly hot, and it's now fixed and it works really quite well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this back as it was, fixed together, and then we'll put it on the desk here and then we'll try it properly in its case. So everything's dismantled. This goes upside down in there like that. 2 screws go in there. 1, 2. Goes back in the bottom case, but first we have to take the end of this and it feeds in through there and through that little hole, I think there, like that, and it goes round in there and then plugs into the board. And we're all good. There we go. I said, go back now like so. Connect it up. That's connected up there. And there it goes. In. Where down there? Where it goes? Where's it down? Oh, is it? Oh, that's it. Yeah, what's it down there? And then 2 screws, one outside there. One there like so. One there. Like so. Okie doke. Back as it was before. New voltage regulator. Board cleaned as best I can. No channel switch because there's no need. Even though I did actually find a switch that would have worked. It's got 1 extra pin too many because there's no pin in that bottom corner there, in the bottom in the middle. But I would have been able to take one of those off and fit it, but there's no point because it's now working. So, last thing to do is put the lid on. So we do put the little rubber gaskets back on again. It's amazing that these are not actually perished. 1, 2, 3. Like so. Get the case. Put it on like so. Turn it upside down and put it all through. No. So what we've got. Right, so I've got this one. As I see in there. That's what it's in on. Check out the level. So that's through there. That's through there. And then we've got one more screw in there. Nope, not ready. I think it's through there. Point in. Not that one. Try that, see. So you go. So it helps you put my screws in the right holes. Oh, there we go. This screw. Needs them out. Move that hole there. And this final screw needs to go in the hole there. There we go. Okay. What's the camera rifle? So actually, in my condition now. So, we zoom out. Oh, there we go. The most I can zoom out is that. So, Atari VCS 2600. Non-working, now fixed. And we'll just make sure that we're in the off position, we're in colour, we're on difficulty A, and the game isn't reset. Plug that into the back, and then plug my joystick, which is really broken, but I need to fix. And that goes in there like that. That's player 1. Are you ready, player 1? Heart. And then Atari Centipede cartridge. So I'm not going to show you the TV now, but you can hear it behind me when I turn on and was on, and that's on as well. Now again, the colour on the monitor on the TV has gone really funny, so it could be that this switch probably doesn't work very well, but it's tuned in nice and it is in black and white, and it is running, as you can hear when I restart the game. There we go. So that was Centipede, and I'll just try one final time Missile Command. Oh, now you see. That cartridge doesn't fit in. There we go. Because the cartridge itself was a bit faulty. There we go. There we are. Turn on. Yeah, and that's in black and white as well, but that's tuned in quite nicely. Yeah, and that's still working. Excellent. Right. Job is a good one. Atari 2600 video computer system. Woody. In true Atari fashion. 1978. Non-functional. Repair video part 2 complete. Another successful fix. Tear down, rebuild, clean, fix. And how I fixed it was I changed the voltage regulator from that one, which is obviously faulty, to a brand new one that I had in stock. I didn't check whether it matched, I just took it out of the box, put it in the socket after desoldering this one, and with my fingers crossed I hoped it worked, and it did. So there we go. If you've got a VCS system which doesn't display anything on screen and all the chips are getting really hot, as is the voltage regulator, replace it and see whether that fixes it for you. And on that note, I'll leave it there and I'll say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, click the subscribe button, click the bell icon so that you get notifications when I upload more videos. Leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave me a comment. Have you fixed your own? I'm going to be buying some more games for this now that I know that it works, and probably a proper controller and a paddle so I can play Pong. But yeah, there you go. A fixed Atari 2600 VCS, and I think I bought this on eBay for £15. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.